Hey everybody, welcome back to Ask the Spirit Guides. This is Karen. How's it going tonight? So you guys have some really great questions about tariffs and F-45's plans with the tariffs. And I thought I thought this would just be a really good one to do sooner than later. And it looks like there's about 16 questions. So we're going to ask the spirit guides. This probably is not going to be too long of a video. And then in the coming days, I am going to do another video where I ask the pendulum. We're going to ask Trump's higher self for a message for us. And then we might pull some oracle cards with his higher self. Because remember, his higher self is in spirit form, so we can trust that that's coming from love. And it might be interesting to get a message and see what message he gives us on the pendulum. So you can watch for that in the next day or two. Okay. Okay, so let's just go ahead and find out what's going on with the tariffs, okay? So I am actually I'm not going to call on Trump's higher self for this conversation. I'm going to call on our collective spirit guides, anyone who's in the community. So basically anyone who's watching this video now and in the future, your spirit guides will be a part of this conversation, okay? So I close my aura to all but my higher self, the God consciousness, my guides, guardians, and all of those of the highest and purest light. And I ask Archangel Michael to please protect our channel, our community, so it is only of the highest and purest light. Amen. Hey, you guys. Okay, so I haven't introduced this yet, but I'm going to do a quick separate video to let you know that I asked our guides collectively, again, the Ask the Spirit Guides community, spirit teams. Okay, so I've been calling them spirit teams. Okay, and so that we each have a spirit team. So what in what I've been hearing and kind of what we collectively maybe agree on, maybe not, but how I've been facilitating conversation is from what I've learned from other spiritual learners and channelers, and checked with my SGs, is that we have two spirit guides. And this is it can be semantic, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. It's just explaining why I call them a team. Is that we have two spirit guides, a guardian angel, and a unicorn, a personal unicorn. What? We may even have a personal dragon. I'm not quite sure yet. I haven't gotten to that part. But anyways, and then you can call on any angel, any guide to help you out. If you ask, you can just ask them for help. But anyways, so I have recently, and I'm going to do another video just to have a fuller conversation about this, have recently asked the pendulum. So they spelled out for me if I wanted to talk to the collective here, all of our spirit teams together, what would they call themselves? And they are calling themselves they are calling themselves lead team. Lead team. And I think they use the word team because I keep calling them spirit teams. So lead team, L-E-A-D, lead team. Okay. So I'm calling them lead team collective, which is LTC, which is kind of cool. LTC. Oh no, TLC would be cooler. Well, loving tender care. Loving tender care. Okay. They actually gave me words that spell out for each lead, L-E-A-D. They gave me what each letter stood for. So it's actually an acronym. Okay. So I will, again, do another video to explain that for people who are interested. Okay. So I am calling on the lead team collective for the community to answer these questions for us, which is what I always do for the most part. I don't just call on my own spirit guides anymore to answer questions for us, because I want it to be a collective voice, basically. Okay. Okay, so is our lead team, that's what they're calling themselves, LTC, are you here? Okay, awesome. Okay, so we have some questions about what we would label as the tariff war that thanks to F-45, Mr. Donald Trump has put into place. And maybe he would even call it a tariff war, I guess. I don't know. Do you have any reservations of answering these questions for us tonight? No. Okay. Are the answers to these questions in our highest and best good to know? Yes. Okay, really wide swing on that. Okay. Obviously, as always, but I'll continue to ask if there's anything that's not in our best interest to know as a collective, anyone individually as well, that you just refrain from answering. Sound good? Yes. Okay. Okay, so question number one. Were these tariffs were the tariffs Trump's original idea? No. Okay. But he's been talking about these since the 80s. Was that because someone who he respected or a mentor of his thought they were a good idea? Yes. Okay. Does he have an actual strategy? I've been wondering that myself. No. I said that to my husband in the car today. I'm like, if he would just tell us what he's doing. He doesn't want to tell us. Is he purposefully keeping a strategy from us, even if he had one? Yes. Okay. Allegedly and for entertainment purposes only. And so he doesn't have an actual strategy. Is that correct? Wow. Okay. Did someone advise him to increase tariffs on the world? Yes. From Project 2025? Is the person from Project 2025? Yes. Okay. Does DJT understand economics, tariffs, world trade issues, deficits in general? Yes. Okay. Okay. So even though he comes off as if he doesn't, which is that part of the act? Ah, yes. Okay. So it's an act he's playing. It's a game he's playing. Yes. Well, let me just break these down. Does F-45 understand economics? Yes. Does F-45 understand tariffs? Yes. Does he understand world trade issues? Yes. And does he understand deficits in general? Yes. So I don't know if you guys heard this, and I haven't looked on ground news yet because that's really the only source I like to go on. But who was I watching today? Really quick, I was thumbing through and saw Hawk podcasts. I'll list his channel below. But was it Hawk? I can't remember now. That apparently, or maybe I think I just read this on ground news today. So I'm not going to list Hawk's podcast because I think, well, I will. It doesn't matter. Cut, clear, cancel. It doesn't matter. So that Walmart, did you guys hear this about Walmart? So I think they had their earnings. This is just a summary of what I heard. They had their earnings and they were saying in the earnings that they are going to have to raise their prices because of the tariffs. And F-45 came out and told them to stop blaming the tariffs for having to raise their prices. So I don't know. That's what my husband and I were talking about in the car today. And I'm like, so, I mean, I was like, well, is it because Walmart doesn't get stuff from China? And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure they do. I'm absolutely positive they do. So I just don't even understand what his take is on saying that to the CEO of Walmart, basically. And of course, he just tweets it out, So I'm not sure. If you guys know, let us know in the comments, okay? But there's a center, a high factuality center written article, probably several of them on ground news, which is why I like using that. Okay, so let's see. So did anybody close to F-45 advise him not to do the tariffs? Yes. Were any tariffs placed on China? No. Okay. Any additional tariffs placed on China? Oh, sorry. I meant Russia. So did I say Russia the first time? So, yeah, because I think that it's weird because I was like thinking, like I'm looking at the word. I don't even know if I said Russia the first time when I said no. So were any tariffs placed on Russia? I think I did say Russia, didn't I? Then I said China the second time. Okay. So no. Are these tariff wars, simply a smokescreen to keep us misdirected? Yes. And again, look at the conversation. Yeah, big swing, you guys, big swing. I mean, look at the conversation I was having today, instead of talking about other stuff like the fact that the big, beautiful bill. How do you guys feel about the big, beautiful bill? Just the name, Big, Beautiful Bill. I guess the Dems are now calling it a big, beautiful, what was the word they said? Big, beautiful betrayal. Big, beautiful betrayal. Yep. Okay. Are any of these the real reasons for the tariffs? Now, there's a whole list, like 10 things. Okay. So, are any of these the real reasons for the tariffs? To get other countries to commit to Starlink? Yes. To make deals and come out looking like a savior? He's already doing that. Yes. To destroy the American economy? Yes. Allegedly. Entertainment purposes only. To make America great again? No. Okay. Is his intention to does he actually think he's gonna make America great again? Like what he thinks is a great America? Yes. And will the outcome be what he expects it to be? No. Okay. As a quick way to generate large sums of cash to appropriate for his own purposes? Yes. Okay. To create a new world order by collapsing the economy? Yes. To destabilize economies so that a new system of funding and banking can be set up? Yes. As a way of manipulating the stock market? Yes. To create a recession? Yes. Which we're already one quarter in, so we just need to be labeled one more quarter. And then a lot of people think we've been in a recession for a while. As a money laundering scheme? Yes. Again, I don't have to keep saying it, but entertainment purposes only, obviously. To collapse the US and world economy so the US can restructure the US debt? No. No, that's very interesting. Is the distraction because of the bill coming up, the big beautiful bill, so that they can give a bigger tax break to the billionaires? Yes. Is that really the whole goal of most of the stuff that they're doing right now? Yes. Okay. Because they just don't have enough money, those billionaires. I'm telling you. Okay. So, have the UK and China negotiated with the US over tariffs? Yes. So let me break that down. Has the UK negotiated with the US over tariffs? Yes. Has China negotiated with the US over tariffs? Yes. Are any other countries in talks with the US? Yes. Okay. Did this start as a bullying tactic that backfired? Yes. Yay. I don't have a problem with that. Does F-45 actually believe the following? That foreign countries pay the tariffs? No. Okay. So he knows that they don't pay it. He's lying. He wants people to believe. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Americans, does F-45 believe American consumers don't pay the tariffs or are not directly affected by them? No, he does not believe that. So he does know that American consumers will pay for the tariffs and are directly affected. Yes. Does he believe that taking privileges and benefits away and forcing others to give in to his demands is making a deal? Yes. Okay. Is this how his father treated little Donnie Trump? Yes. Okay. What percentage of the American people think the tariff plan is a good one? Okay, is there a certain number of people in the US who think it? They're wide swing actually. Okay, yes. Is it more than 50% of the American people that think the tariff plan is a good one? No. Let's just go to the MAGA base basically. Anyone who still supports, okay, so let's look at anyone who still supports him. And let's look at the percentage of that. Is it 50% of the people who still support him? Do they think tariff plan is a good one? No. Okay. Do 25% believe that it's a good one? No. Is it less than 10%? Yes. So less than 10% of the American people who still think he's a good president, less than 10% of them think the tariff plan is a good one. Yes. Okay. What percentage of the American people believe other countries will bear the costs of the tariffs? That's a good question. What percentage of the American people? Well, my guess is it's going to be, well, is it less than 10% of Americans believe other countries will bear the costs of the tariffs? No, it's not less than 10%. Okay. So is it less than 50%? Yes. Okay. Is it 25% of Americans believe other countries will bear the cost? Okay, yes. So it's at least 25% of the Americans who are paying attention, obviously. Okay. Well, obviously they're not paying attention. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. Are they really paying attention if they believe that? Maybe not. It depends on who they're listening to. Okay. So is it more than 30% of Americans believe that other countries will bear the cost of the tariffs? Wow. Yes. Okay, so they're believing his lies. Yes. Okay. But it's less than 50%. Yes. Is it 40% of Americans believe that that other countries will pay the costs? No. Okay. So it's about 30, between 30 and 35, maybe? Wow. Okay, that seems like a lot. That seems like a lot, you guys, don't you think? Okay. Will there be any positive changes that come about because of the tariff situation? Will there be any positive changes? Yes. Great. If so, to any of the following, will there be any positive changes to the American economy because of, okay, let's just say down the road. So, yes, okay. Will there be positive changes in American manufacturing? Yes. Will there be positive changes? Will there be less unemployment in the US because of the tariff changes? Yes. Okay. Will there be more avenues for mom and pop shops? No. Okay. Will there be lower costs for American made products? Yes. Will there be less consumerism because of the tariffs? Yes. Okay. Okay. So at some point in the future, will we recognize that F-45 did a good job with the tariff situation? No. Okay. Because I'm like, okay, well, maybe, we got to change the perception here. Maybe I'll have a miracle right now. Change my perception. Okay, so just as things are unraveling and being, stuff is being deconstructed, let's just say, but not in a healthy way, but the deconstruction will allow us to build it and reconstruct, in a different way. Is that correct? Yes. And the tariffs will allow us to do that as well. And ultimately, we will be better off in a little bit of into the future because of this. Yes. Okay. So in actuality, do we have him to thank? I mean, do we need to thank him then for him? Like at least his sole contract? Yes. Okay. Do you though, again, this is from our collective, right? Do you think we are justified? I'm trying to think of a way to say this. Do you think those who don't support Donald Trump are justified in mistrusting him and not trusting him? Yes. Okay. So even though his sole contract was to create disruption, correct? Yes. But could he have done it in a positive way rather than in the way he's doing it? Yes. And so he chose as a human to go this route. Yes. Okay. So we are justified in believing and seeing that he is doing things that are not on the up and up, let's just say. That looked pretty criminal. Is that correct? Allegedly. Yes. Okay. Okay. Because I'm open to hearing it if they're like, nope, he's trusts what he's doing. So should we be trusting more of what F-45 is doing in the US as the president? No. Okay. So doing, participating in protests, writing, calling our reps is that still important where we are right now in F-45's administration? Just, it's May 2025. Are those actions still important? Yes, wide swing. Okay. Are Trump's tariffs for the higher good of America? Yes. I have to clarify though. So yes, they are in the long run. Yes. But is his intention, it's really the intentions. Are his intentions of love? No. Okay. So his intentions are they based in love? His intentions for the tariffs? No. Okay. So that is why, even though it is for the higher good of America, yes, that we are justified in not giving him credit for that. Is that correct? Yes, because it is not based in love. Correct. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, what do you guys think? Let me know if you have any other questions about the tariffs, because I think this is an important topic. I'm glad this came up in the community because we always just do these based on your guys' interests. So let me know if you have any other questions and other things you want us to, anything policies or something he's creating. If you have other questions, I can do call outs on those too. And if you've missed call outs, we always post them in the community posts on the channel. You do have to be subscribed and put your notifications on in order to get notified when the post goes out. So if you want to make sure that you're able to ask your questions, please subscribe, and just subscribe anyways if you could help us out. And we're trying to bring in as many we want as many spirit team collectives here as we can get, because that is, I think, one way we're going to keep raising the vibration of the planet. The more that we can understand what's going on in the world, but also look at things from a higher perspective, right? Is just keep raising our vibrations by understanding what's going on, trying to stay as calm as possible, working on our spiritual journeys. And so anyways, if you can help us by giving us a thumbs up if you enjoyed this content and subscribing, that would be amazing. All right, have a good one. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.